I waited on a man 3.5 years in prison.
Is he still in prison?
No, he's home. I bought a house for us.
And what
He
happened?
just was, he was naked face.
You mean to tell me you waited on a man 2.5 years, 2.5 years in prison?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. So you waited on him for 3.5 years in prison.
I was celibate, everything.
He came home.
Didn't treat me like nothing.
And you blame it because he didn't have a beard.
I felt like he wasn't masculine enough. Let me tell you, when I bought my house, he had the audacity to tell me that I created these.
So this woman bought a house for a man who was in prison for 2 years. So are you saying in those 2 years, she couldn't find a man who doesn't commit crime? In those 2 years, she couldn't find a good, normal man? But I kid you not, she bought a house for a man in prison. But for you, she's going to ask you to buy her the house. For you, the good guy who doesn't commit crime, who doesn't go to jail, she's going to ask you to buy a house. I kid you not. She bought, and this is why some guys are like, they like the bad boys and then they make the nice guys finish last. Because now, after all these dealing with the guys in jail, buying them houses, she's going to ask you to buy a house. I remember she has 2 kids. She's going to ask you to pay, bills for her kids. Maybe come finish the mortgage on her house. You, the good guy who doesn't commit crime, doesn't go to prison. Your dating in 2025 is crazy.
Bills.
Well, you did.
But I still bought a house for us because he was going to be on an anchor monitor, and I didn't want no reason for the state of whatever prison to say that he's living in an apartment, so he has to go to the halfway house. That really,
I don't know how
helps.
Okay, so hold on. So let me understand. So you bought a house because you bought a house in order for him not to go to a halfway house?
Well, I bought the house because sometimes there's this thing in the criminal world. If you ain't never been to prison or you never dealt with hardcore people, you would never understand. But they have this thing to where
we don't deal with criminals, so we don't know, ma'am. Looks like you have all the info, the data, the statistics. We don't know.
They feel like if you're not stable enough, then he will have to be in a halfway house instead of just being at home.
Well, let me ask you this question directly. Can he live in an apartment opposed to a halfway house if you get out of prison?
Maybe. Depends on which. It depends on.
Let me ask you this. I swear it'd be pulling teeth to get direct questions. In this situation with him, if you did not have a house, what's his
feel like he could not have went to an apartment.
Can't you find out that information in advance? Like, don't they say that either you have to go to a halfway house or a house? Like, was that stated?
In the original parole meeting, they asked him where he would be staying, and he told them that I had bought a house, so he's going to be more stable.
That's not my question. My question was the house a requirement over a halfway house? Did y'all ever get?
I don't know if it was a requirement or not. I just put in the effort to make it happen, if that makes sense.
Okay. So that's true. That's a great gesture. And I'm not defending it, but he has a point when he says you created the bills. Because
I get that, but he also was in agreement for me to buy the house. I fixed my own credit to buy the house.
Right.
He was in agreement because he wanted a free place to live. He's a criminal, so clearly he's not going to have a job. He's not going to be able to pay rent or find his own place. But I hope the way you treated your criminal boyfriend is the same way you're going to treat the new man. I hope you're not going to now magically have all these higher standards on a good man. I hope you don't ask a good man to pay 100% of the bills. I mean, you bought a house because of a man who's a criminal. I hope you really, go easy on the good man. Because I know she's not like a bad looking woman. So she's going to have some good guys, maybe those, who like how thick she was, who are going to be in the DMs. But I hope they also have some kind of self-awareness, not to see that she did so much for a criminal, I hope they can see that she doesn't take advantage of them. That's my only hope.
Right, but was the expectation for him to help you with the bills?
No,
So why was he complaining about you paying the bills?
that's who he is.
So why did y'all break up?
Because he didn't know how to talk to me.
So you kicked
I
him
couldn't
out.
have a voice. Let's say I couldn't have a voice.
Did you kick him out?
No.
He
I just
still
told
lives
him
with
that.
you?
Huh? No.
So
No. So I didn't.
Honestly, the way she's talking about this man, she's still in love with this man. You know, the whole thing of how those bad boys really leave, what do you call it? They leave a mark. They give the roller coaster, they give the emotional toxicity, you know, up and down emotions with women. She clearly misses that. So even if she gets a good guy, I don't know if it will last, honestly, because she has been through so much with bad boys. That could be her type. So I don't see her working out with a good man, because the good man is not going to have all these emotional roller coasters that she may be looking for. The good man is not going to have all those bad boy images and, you know, living life on the edge, you know, with guns and shit like that. So I don't know if it'll work out, you know. But anyway, that's it. I wish you all the best, lady. Shout out to Kendra. Full link down below.